fires. I've got a boiling in the back of my brain. I got a hunger burning inside me, cannot be denied. I got a feeling that the Father who made us, when he was kindling the pulse in my veins, he left a tiny spark of the fire smoldering inside. The spark of creation is flickering within me. The spark of creation is blazing in my blood. A bit of the fire that lit up the stars and breathed life into the mud. The first inspiration, the spark of creation. I see a mountain and I want to climb it. I see a river and I want to leave shore. Where there was nothing, let there be something, something big by me. There's things waiting for me to invent them. There's worlds waiting for me to explore. I am an echo of the eternal cry of let there be. Spark of creation is burning bright within me. The spark of creation won't let me rest at all until I discover or build or uncover the thing that I can call my celebration. The spark of creation. The spark of creation. May it burn forever. The spark of creation. I am a keeper of the flame. We think all we want is a lifetime of leisure, each perfect day the same, endless vacation. Well, that's alright if you're a kind of crustacean, but when you're born with an imagination, sooner or later you're feeling the fire get hotter and higher. The spark of creation.
It's a quiet voice. You got me.
Welcome back to If It Only Even Runs a Minute, the 9th edition of evenings dedicated to rare and inspiring songs, stories, and photos from underappreciated musicals. Act 2!
Now, if you didn't know, that was Kate Shindle singing Spark of Creation from the musical Children of Eden by Stephen Schwartz and John Caird. The show is based on the book of Genesis, so the first act tells the story of Adam and Eve, and Act 2 deals with Noah and the flood. Children of Eden played London in 1991 and had a high-profile production at Paper Mill in 1997.
As Michael Billington said, it's like a showbiz Bible class. The show comprises many different musical styles, from jazz to gospel to Belt to the Heavens musical theater, as you just saw. The London production included Ken Page, Ruthie Henschel, and Francis Ruffel, and had an all too brief run, partially because of world events going on at the time. Several historians blame Saddam Hussein for closing Children of Eden. True story.
He gave it really bad reviews.
As Betty Compton once said, when I'm doing a show, someone can say to me, they're launching a nuclear attack on us, and I'll say, will that hurt us at the box office? Shout out, Betty Compton. Thank you.
The Paper Mill version of Children of Eden was heavily revised, and its stars included Stephanie Mills, Darius DeHaas, Hunter Foster, and Adrian Zemed of Grease 2 fame. That production aimed for Broadway, and the show was also announced for a 2008 Broadway bow, but alas, Children of Eden has not yet made its Broadway debut. The show has great music and an interesting slant, biblical tales given a modern spin, so that we can see how family dysfunction has barely changed since ancient times. Right? But the show has never quite gotten the reviews it needed.
In their review of Children of Eden, The Observer said, in the beginning, God, Tim Rice, and Andrew Lloyd Webber created the religious rock musical, and it was good, and God was pleased, and so was his accountant. Indeed, people at the time saw this kind of musical as on the way out. By the way, that entire review is written in that style, and the next line is, and God said to John Napier, go make yourself an ark. John Napier's a set designer.